Bam. We're going live again.
Yeah, but figured why not?
Yeah, let's see who's up. Right now it's 8:40 in the morning, my end, Eastern Standard Time. So we got one person watching. I bet it's DJ. DJ. But yeah, kind of a random live stream here. Figure I'd go for a little bit, and whoever wants to jump in. I know I'm kind of doing these at weird times, but I think I got some videos coming up. I may upload later today. So I got a couple of reviews that I'm probably going to upload later on. Matt Singer, what's up, man? Matt Singer in the house. Yeah, I figured I'd do a live stream, this morning because later on I'm gonna have a review up, maybe 2 reviews. So I figured do a live stream this morning and kind of have some fun here for a little bit. But so far we have Mass Singer. And the last stream, I had caught myself because I had put the date, but I put last year's date. So I'm like, oh crap. So I went back and changed it, but I was able to fix that. So, we all do it. We still think it's 2021. I got to remind myself it's a new year. It's 22. But like I said, I know it's kind of I've been doing these streams, kind of early here. Right now it's 8:40. Actually, you know what? The computer, the time on my computer is a little bit off, but I think it's off by like 4 minutes. So right now it's 8:47 in the morning. Let's see. The Cuphead show, I don't know what that is. Microsoft is buying Activision. Yes, I did hear about that. I did hear about that. But like I said in my last stream, I got reviews for Escape from New York coming up, Escape from LA, and then another video that is tied to me reviewing those movies that's coming up soon. So I look forward to that. I don't want to say what that is yet, but you'll see what happens. You'll see. Okay, is it weird that Microsoft owns Spyro and Crash now? Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't know. I mean, I would like to know what Fabio thinks about Microsoft. Now they've bought, buying Activision. What does Fabio feel about that? Man, I remember Spyro back in the day, like just when the PlayStation came out. I mean, I remember just being such a big deal, and I mean, Spyro, of course, is classic. Crash Bandicoot. But I remember buying WCW Thunder on PlayStation from Toys R Us, and I don't know what year that was. Probably 97, 98 maybe. But yeah, I remember buying WCW Thunder on PlayStation. I also remember Jackie Chan Stuntmaster for PlayStation. I remember playing that quite a bit, and I need to get a PlayStation again. Just to have one. Just to own one. I would love to, have a PlayStation again or a PS2. Thoughts on the Weird Al biopic? Yeah, I did hear about that. Daniel Radcliffe is playing Weird Al. I mean, we'll see. I mean, yeah, I don't mind biopics. Weird Al is kind of, could be interesting, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I did hear about that. But so we got 3 people watching so far. A biopic on Weezer? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I do like the band. I do like Weezer. Thoughts on the spinoff of How I Met Your Mother? I've never seen the show. I've never seen How I Met Your Mother, so I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on the spinoff. So we got, hey, movie TV show. What's up, man? Yeah, back with another. Yeah, I'm back with another stream. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning on my end, but I figured go ahead and do another stream and kind of get it out of the way because later on I will probably upload a couple of reviews. So why not have some fun this morning? TMNT versus Puppet Master fan movie. Do I think they'll make it? Probably not. But good morning to Movie TV Show. So we got 4 people. Now it's down back to 3. Yeah. Will there be any more? Is there going to be any more Chucky fan movies? I didn't know there was Chucky fan films. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I have to check it out. Yeah, I caught. Yeah, I did see that. Like towards the end of Fabia's last stream, some trolls tried to ruin the party, and fuck the trolls. I mean, So I'm sorry Fabi had to deal with that, but yeah, trolls need to go somewhere. Let's see what else is going on out there in movie land. Let's see here. I'm just looking at movie news here. King of the Hill revival, for those who are fans of the show. Thoughts on Tears of the Sun? Good Bruce Willis movie. I need to go back and rewatch that, but yeah, that's a good one. Not many people talk about that one, but yeah, then Antoine Fuqua directed that. Yeah, Antoine Fuqua directed that movie. Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch it. Tears of the Sun's a good movie. Um, I do enjoy that one. Okay. Drop down the chimney into shards of broken glass, force feed dead crickets, and have skunk spray at. I don't have a cough. I'm sorry. Maybe I should drink more water. Okay, so okay, Alec Baldwin, Harvey Weinstein, John Moore. Um, hey guys, the one, Omir. Let me see here. Drop down the trim. Okay, drop down the chimney into shards of broken glass. Alec Baldwin. Feed dead crickets to John Moore, and have the skunk spray at Harvey Weinstein. Expendables 4, will it suck? I mean, it's you already have Megan Fox and 50 Cent in the movie. You know, what more indication do you need? That this is gonna suck. I mean, we haven't heard anything about it. Again, I know in the movie that apparently Stallone passes on the baton to Statham, but it comes off, the vibes that I'm getting direct to video. Do you really think the Expendables 4 is going to go to a theater with that cast? Even though you you brought back Stallone, but he's not going to be in it that much. Randy Couture, Dolph Lundgren, which let's just call it. I mean, Dolph Lundgren is not going to be in it that much. Maybe a minute. That's it. Because I believe at the same time, or he was getting ready to film Aquaman 2 because he's back for that. So do you really think, Dolph is going to be in it as much? Oh, we got Andy Garcia. Andy Garcia is a great actor. He doesn't belong. He's not the guy that I think of when I think of the Expendables. Andy Garcia is a great actor. He's done some great movies, but he's like the last guy that I would think of for an Expendables movie. Like, you chose Andy Garcia before Jeff Speakman. You went with Andy Garcia before Thomas Jane or Michael Jai White. Same thing, definitely for Megan Fox and 50 Cent. Why Megan Fox? Why not get Michelle Yeoh? Instead of 50 Cent, get Michael Jai White, like I said, or Carl Weathers. Okay, force feed dead bees, throw bear traps at, lock up in a cave full of rabid foxes. Megan Fox, Kevin Smith, Peter Griffin. I'll throw bear traps at Kevin Smith, force feed dead bees, Peter Griffin, and then lock him in a cave full of rabid foxes, Megan Fox. So Megan Fox can join her family. So the fox can join the foxes. But it's great to see Amir and the one. Yeah, Hans Zimmer composed the Tears of the Sun. Okay, can you rank Indiana Jones movie worst to best? P.S. I have faith for Indy 5. Ford is too old, but the movie will be directed by James Mangold. And Mads Mikkelsen said that the script is great. I would say my favorite. Man, I need to go back and rewatch those movies. I mean, I haven't seen them in a while, but I would say my favorite is the first one. Then after that, I would say The Last Crusade, Temple of Doom, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and that's my rankings. But as far as Indiana Jones 5 is concerned, I mean, again, I just think that Harrison Ford's too old. I have a feeling that Indiana Jones is going to be kind of pushed off to the side for some new character or new lead or new actress or what have you. And, apparently this Indiana Jones 5 is going to have time travel. That's the least of it. But it's just at the end of the day, Harrison Ford, he's way too old. I just have a bad feeling about this movie. If it surprises me, then I will admit to it. And I will, say it's a good movie. But again, this is Disney we're talking about. Do you really trust Disney is it Disney? But again, I just have a bad feeling. Short list of better DEA agent movies than Sabotage, Savages, Homefront, The Mule, and A Man Apart. Well, Sabotage, I can tell you, I'm not a fan of. I've never seen Savages. I've never seen Homefront. I thought The Mule was a good movie, good Clint Eastwood movie. A Man Apart, I haven't seen. So maybe out of those movies, I've only seen two of them, and one I didn't care for. Okay, have the kangaroos trample, force feed scorpions, and lock up in a cage full of rabid hyenas. Rebel Wilson, John Moore, and Gal Gadot. Force feed scorpions to John Moore. Lock up in a cage full of rabid hyenas. I would throw in Rebel Wilson, I guess, and have the kangaroos trample Gal Gadunk. So there you go. And yes, I do call her Gal Gadunk. Yeah, I would look up movie news, but I don't think a lot has been mentioned other than a Weird Al biopic. And I saw Willem Dafoe's pitch for a Joker sequel, and I kind of want to see that now if I can find it. Yeah, wait, no, this is it. I want to find it only because I want to see Willem Dafoe play the Joker. Um, yeah, Willem Dafoe has fantasized about playing a Joker imposter opposite of Joaquin Phoenix's. Excuse me. Opposite of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. I'm like, hey, that'd be cool. Get William Dafoe to play the Joker, and I can get behind that pitch. I'm not saying do that for a Joker too, but yeah, I'd be fun to see. I just want to see William Dafoe play Joker. I think we all do. Hey, Jerry, what's up, man? Jerry X. Nice for you to drop in, man. Let me see what's going on out there. Let's look at comingsoon.net. What's today's topic? Nothing. I mean, whatever you guys want to ask, movie wise, questions, what have you. I'm here. No topic. Opinion on Braveheart from 1995. Great movie. Definitely a well made flick. Yeah, Braveheart. Braveheart's a great movie, and I have it on Blu-ray. Have I seen the 1990s show Viper? No, I haven't seen it, but I think I want to say I've heard of it, but I've never seen the show. Have I seen Scream yet? The new one? No, I haven't seen it. And to be fair, and I know this is going to come as a shock, but I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen Scream 2 through 4 yet. So I'm kind of missing out a little bit, and I know I got some catching up to do. But even like, okay, if I could be honest with you, from the trailers for the new Scream, I just nothing about it interested me. Like I have to go see that. I kind of heard a couple of things about it, and I know some people might say, well, you can't judge. Um, but I don't know, just the same thing when Scream 4 came out. I mean, again, I know I just said that I haven't seen, Scream 2 through 4, but I just saw this new one and I'm like, it just doesn't, nothing about it in regards to the trailers that I've seen, engaged me, if I could be honest. Should they do a Lighthouse animated movie with Daffy Duck and Shaggy? Not, I don't know about that. Keep it that way. You're not missing much. Okay. Am I excited for the new upcoming Batman? Yeah. I mean, I liked the look of the trailer, Robert Pattinson. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm interested in it. So I like that they have the Riddler as a villain. So, and the movie kind of has that David Fincher kind of vibe to it that I liked. So, yeah, I can't, it's one of the films that I look forward to this year. So we'll see what happens. DJ Donnelly's in the house. What's up, DJ? It's funny, people compare Equilibrium to The Matrix. I've never seen that movie, Equilibrium. I think I have it, but I've never seen it. That's one I still have to check out. Have I seen Squid Game? No, I haven't. I have not seen Squid Game, but I know a couple of my friends up here have seen the show. Most overrated Arnold movie? You know what? I know people might disagree with me on this one. As much as I love it, I have to go with T2. It's a great movie. I don't want to give any sort of, wrong impression or what have you, but it's not my favorite. I mean, to me, there's other Arnold films I'd rather watch more. I mean, whether that be Predator, Commando, uh, Twins, Kindergarten Cop. I mean, True Lies, even Eraser from 1996. I watched that more than T2. Heck, I mean, even End of Days, I watched more than T2. T2, like I said, it's a well-made movie. It's a great movie, but it could be maybe knocked down a notch. I'm just saying, but because a lot of people when they look back at '90s, like 90s sci-fi or what's the best sequels that have ever been made, you know, no matter what list you look at online or article, T2 is always going T2 Terminator 2 Judgment Day is always going to be in that top 5, top 3 list of, greatest, sci-fi movies or greatest sequels, what have you. But again, it's a great movie, but it's not a favorite. Like, it's not my favorite Arnold movie. Yeah, David Fincher, I'm a fan of. Old Boy, I haven't seen Old Boy with Josh Brolin. I haven't seen that. Okay, so have the ninja. Okay, excuse me. Let me go back there. That's my cat. Okay, have the Ninja Turtles beat the crap out of force feed dead beetles and have koalas claws. Seth Rogen, Malcolm D. Lee, and Quagmire. So I would have the Ninja Turtles beat up Seth Rogen. Force feed dead beetles to Malcolm D. Lee, I suppose, and have the koalas claw Quagmire. There you go. What is my favorite Leatherface kill? I don't know if I have a favorite. See, I need to go back and I love the original, like the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I need to go back and rewatch that again. Well, when am I going to start gaming? Well, I started on part 1 of my Days Gone playthroughs, and when I recorded a part 2, or when I started to play more of the game, the disc stopped reading, and my PlayStation 4 would eject the disc, and I don't think anything's wrong with it. Maybe soon here I'll start it back up. So I don't know what that issue was. I don't know why it was doing that there, where the more I played the game, after a while it would stop reading the disc. But I think if I were to get it back going again, it could work. But I started on my playthroughs for Days Gone, and I've uploaded one part, and so I have to get back on that one. But I was enjoying the game. Have I seen No Time to Die? No. I know what happens. I heard what happens in the movie, but I got no time for it. I mean, that's just No Time to Die. From the stuff I've heard, I like Daniel Craig's Bond. I mean, Casino Royale is a great movie. My favorite he did was Skyfall, but I don't know what you feel about it, but I just have no interest in watching it. I mean, after hearing about what happens in the end. Hey, Total Meltdown 2, how's it going? I'm surprised that there are some people out there who liked Maggie with Arnold. Maggie was boring. Maggie, I fell asleep on, and I had to wake myself up a couple of times to finish the movie. Yeah, Maggie with Arnold is probably the most boring film that Arnold's done. I know some people out there like it, but it was just boring. My favorite line from Eraser, yeah, well, movie TV show just said it. Your luggage. Which is your preferred spy movie? James Bond, Jason Bourne, or Mission Impossible? I got to go with James Bond because there's been a lot of great Bond movies. From the Sean Connery era to the Roger Moore era. Timothy Dalton. The two movies that he did, The Living Daylights and License to Kill, were great movies. Pierce Brosnan, the Golden Eye's great. Tomorrow Never Dies. Uh, Daniel Craig. I mean, again, Casino Royale, Skyfall. So I would say my favorite is Bond. But I'm just not a big fan of Jason Bourne. I mean, even back in the day when I tried watching the first movie, I'm like, what's all this shaky cam crap? I mean, I can't get into those movies. And maybe I'm alone. I know some people out there, they're fans of the Bourne franchise, but I can never get into the Bourne series. I like Matt Damon, but it's just not my kind of movie. Okay, lock up in a cave with wolves, have the ghoulies kill, and tape to the Wheel of Pain. Jennifer Tilly, Don Mancini, Danny Masterson. I'll lock up Don Mancini in a cave full of wolves, have the ghoulies kill Jennifer Tilly, and tape to the Wheel of Pain, Danny Masterson. Favorite political thriller movie? Maybe In the Line of Fire. Yeah, I would say that one maybe for right now. Dwayne Johnson wants to play the next Bond. That would never happen, right? No, it would never happen. Keep dreaming, Dwayne. How about, here you go. Here's a thought. Dwayne Johnson, I liked you. The couple of films you did back in the day, The Rundown, Walking Tall was decent. Can we get a break, please? Can we get a break, from your movies? Take a couple of years, take 2, 3, 4 years, step away from Hollywood, stop making movies, fire your agent. Because it seems like with every movie now, you're always in the jungle. Again, Dwayne, I like you. You have a good personality, a good charisma, but we need a break from you. We need a break from your movies. And in the meantime, find another agent because, these movies as of late, to me, have not been worth a spit. There you go. The Peacemaker's really good political thriller starring George Clooney. Yeah, I think I have that. I have that in my collection. Never seen, but I do have it. Yeah, if you drop your gun now, I promise I won't kill you. Or the line where Arnold's on the plane and the guy's like, you ever get tired of babysitting scum? Yeah, but in your case, I'll make an exception. That's another great line. I love Eraser. Probably to me, Arnold's most underrated film. And it's my third, I think it's like my third favorite Arnold movie because I would just watch that a lot. I like No Time to Die, but the next Bond should have a character arc through his run. Same as Craig, but this time with a happy end because Bond deserves it. I agree. But yeah, like I said, I've heard about the ending to No Time to Die and Bond will be back. But in this age, where Bond is problematic, like the director of No Time to Die calling, Connery's Bond a rapist or something like that. People don't believe me. You can look this up. Yeah, the director of No Time to Die, said that Sean Connery's Bond was a rapist. This is the age, this is the era we're in right now. Do you really think that they're going to be in a big hurry to bring back Bond? Let's be honest. Yeah, Eraser's great. Do I think Henry Cavill would be good for the next Bond? I mean, I think with that one, with, as far as the next Bond, I think they have somebody in mind, but they don't want to say anything yet. I mean, well, I'd have a feeling it's going to be that guy from the Eternals, Richard Madden or whatever his name is. I mean, people have been talking about this guy that he's going to be next in line to be Bond. And to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if they went that route. If they which I haven't. The only movie that I've seen him in is Rocket Man. That's it. I mean, I know he was in the Eternals, but I have a feeling that, you know, because he's younger, they'll probably go with him. But you know, Henry Cavill, I just don't see it happening. But I know a lot of people are suggesting it. I would get behind more Idris Elba, but I know that's not going to happen. Have the chickens peck at, feed to werewolves, and throw into the cauldron. John Moore, Jennifer Tilly, Sarah Silverman. Wow. I would have the chickens peck at John Moore, feed Sarah Silverman to werewolves, and throw Jennifer Tilly into a cauldron. Yeah, exactly. Dwayne Johnson's movies as of late have all been the same. You know, just paint by numbers, over budget. It seems like with every Dwayne movie that comes out, they have to have 90, 100 or more $1 million budgets. And yeah, just we need a break. Hollywood these days doesn't give other actors a chance. People like Dakota Fanning are left in the shadow, while actors like Forrest Whitaker and Clive Owen appear in less and less movies. Yeah, true. What is my favorite Van Damme dramatic role? Well, I haven't seen JCVD, but I've heard a lot about that one. And there's a couple of other ones that I haven't seen, but I know that are, they're more dramatic movies. Excuse me. But I would say, like, I could throw Lionheart into that, like maybe as my favorite. Maybe. Because, again, I know there's a couple of dramas that Van Damme did, like JCVD, which I haven't seen yet. But anyways. Okay, feed to the graboids. Have the crabs pinch, throw into a barracuda tank. Woody Allen, Harvey Weinstein, Roman Polanski. Can we just feed them all to the graboids? Woody Allen, Harvey Weinstein, Roman Polanski. So I'll cheat on that one. I would say feed them all to the graboids. The most underrated and the most overrated Star Trek movie. I would say the most underrated Star Trek movie for me is probably Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. And the most overrated is probably the 2009 one, to be honest with you. Or the second one, Star Trek Into Darkness. To me, the most overrated is either the 2009 Reboot or Into Darkness. Yeah, exactly. Wesley Snipes, is Blade. He can't be replaced. Matrix Resurrections, I haven't seen, but I just have no interest in it. The stuff I've heard. Even yesterday at work, I was talking to some guy about it, and he's like, yeah, it's a boring movie. Hey, Gabo. Alex. Great to see Alex. Gabo's in the house. Yeah, Jackass Forever, I look forward to. So I probably will see that in theaters when it comes out. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about, In Hell with Van Damme, which I have, but I have not seen the film. But I heard, the stuff I've heard, he gives a great performance. Sad thing is, I used to like Sarah Silverman, all due to Wreck-It Ralph. She was funny back then, even since her rant about people not liking Santa Inc. I lost so much respect for her. Yeah, I mean, her and Seth Rogen going off about people that don't like Santa Inc. Seth Rogen saying that if you don't like Santa Inc., you're a white supremacist. Seth Rogen, you're an idiot. Have emus peck at, throw lobsters at, Feed to the Squids, James Franco, Kevin Spacey, David S. Goyer. I would have Emus peck at, I guess, James Franco, Third Lobsters at David S. Goyer, and Feed to the Squids, Kevin Spacey. Have you ever looked away at any Jackass movies? I mean, I'm trying to think of a couple of scenes that are kind of like, like, you know, yeah. I mean, there's been a couple of those moments, but for the most part, I'm able to watch, nothing. Again, there's a couple of moments that kind of will make you, kind of turn your head a little bit, but a lot of it's fun, and but I do look forward to the next one. I know one moment in Jackass 3, I would say Jackass 3D, when they had the super glue, the Gorilla Glue, or whatever, that hard glue that they had put on Preston, and they put Wee Man on top of Preston, and they were getting ready to take out a taser, and so like Wee Man had to get off, and like it just, because basically you're just ripping skin, because they were glued together, chest to chest, and so you imagine ripping off skin and chest hair, so some of that was kind of like the most overrated remake. The most overrated remake. I have to think about that. The Force Awakens. I'll say it. Even though I know people are going to say it's not a remake. Pretty much is a remake of A New Hope. I guess. I could say that. Fuck it, I'll throw it in there. Sarah Silverman is also a hypocrite. She got caught in 2021 for playing blackface. Okay, I saw the comment, but you took it down. Okay. That I like to spin off Bad Grandpa. I haven't seen it. Yeah, The Force Awakens is a backdoor remake. Pretty much. It's a retread reboot of A New Hope. But I don't know about overrated remakes. I'm trying to think of more that I'm forgetting about. Bring along to party with the werewolves, go mountain climbing with, and go to NASCAR with. Harley Quinn, Van Damme, and Mike Judge. I guess I go to NASCAR with Mike Judge, mountain climbing with Van Damme, and bring along to party with the werewolves, Harley Quinn. Okay, Sarah Silverman, I was also a hypocrite. She got caught in 2021 for playing blackface back in the 2000s. There you go. Now you know how it feels, Sarah Silverman. Do you think there'll be a prequel to the Hills of Eyes remake? I don't think so. I don't think there will be. Favorite martial arts movie of all time? Would Legend of Drunken Master, would that count? I love that movie. Yeah, I could throw that in there. Well, Mortal Kombat, of course. But man, there's so many out there. Like I definitely, need to. Yeah, Drunken Master 2. I love that. That's probably my favorite Jackie Chan movie. But yeah, I would say that's definitely up there. I need to go back and rewatch Enter the Dragon. I haven't. Man, it's been a while since I've seen that, but I need to go back and refresh on that one. But yeah, Mortal Kombat. So yeah, there's a couple of answers right there. The nastiest part for me in Jackass 3 was when they drunk. Yeah, that was nasty. The only reason Star Wars is a movie that I liked is Rogue One. Okay. Favorite direct-to-video action movies? Dolph, I don't know if I have any favorites, but there's been some good ones. I mean, Dolph Lundgren's had a couple, like Command Performance, and I was trying to think of. I mean, again, it's hard to say if I have favorites, but there's been some good gems. I haven't seen Drive of Mark Dacascos. That's one that I still have to watch. I have to put on my, to watch list. In fact, I may start writing these down, just to like, because I mean, I don't have Drive, but, just to kind of get some ideas. Because, right now I'm going at random with the reviews. But and I haven't seen the Ray Redemption. I haven't seen the Ray Redemption. Okay, feed to the alligators, use pepper spray on, and lock up in the cage with cobras. Stephen Collins, James Franco, Kevin Spacey. I would feed Kevin Spacey to the alligators, use pepper spray on Stephen Collins, and then lock up in a cage of cobras, Franco. Yeah, Bloodsport. Yeah, Bloodsport. What's Bloodsport? Yeah, Bloodsport. I was I was getting ready to say that as far as like favorite martial arts movies. Like if I had a top 5, definitely I would throw that in there. Kickboxer's a great one. Lionheart 2. Like I said, I thought of Bloodsport, and I was trying to think of other ones out there that I'm forgetting about. If Seagal took damage in some of his movies, then his movies would be more interesting. That's true. Least favorite direct-to-video entries? I mean, there's been some bad ones. I mean, like Lost Boys, The Tribe, or you know what? I could say really the last 20 years of Steven Seagal, even though I've seen a few of them to say that, just to look at the last 20 years of Steven Seagal. What more? I don't have to say anymore. The first raid is the best. The second one is meh. Yeah, I'll write the raid down. Sure. The Ray Redemption. Yeah, I definitely will check it out. Yeah, Enter the Dragon, I need to go back and refresh on. Also would lock Jeffrey Jones up in a cage with cobras. Yeah. King of the Kickboxers, I've heard about through YouTube, but I haven't seen the movie. I would also lock up Victor Salva and Alec Baldwin in the cage with the cobras to hear them scream. Yeah, for sure. They're remaking The Raid for Netflix, and I think it's a bad idea. Yeah, I heard about that. Like apparently Michael Bay's involved and stuff like that. What would you say is the best? What would you say? I'm sorry, is the worst Arnold line? Any line from Batman and Robin? Or you know what? Yeah, I mean, any line from Terminator Dark Fate, any line from Batman and Robin, any line from Hercules New York. I mean, there's a lot of bad ones. Do I like the best of the best movies? I haven't seen them. I've heard about them, but I've never seen best of the best. I'll write that down. If I could remake any martial arts movie, what would it be? I don't know if I would remake it. Like I would just, but that's just me. I mean, I don't know what I would remake, to be honest with you. I think Get to the Choppers, Arnold's most overrated line. There's so many better lines in Predator than that. Yeah, I agree. Get to the Chopper is a great line, but there's so many better Arnold one-liners in Predator, not just in Predator, but in his other movies. He's had lines besides Terminator. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, look for example, you know, Commando. I mean, let off some steam, Bennett, or don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired. Or if you want to say, you know, Twins. I liked Nuke Food. Him singing Yakety Yak on the plane. Um, you know, I mean, what else? I mean, Kindergarten Cop. It's not a tumor. Uh, you know, True Lies. You're fired. Racer. Your luggage. To me, Arnold has a lot of great lines. Yeah, you want to be a farmer? Here's a couple of acres. Last action hero. Go away. Let me go back here. Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Let me see here. Yeah, remake. Yeah, the Mortal Kombat 2021. Yeah, I mean, you can make it better, I suppose. Yeah, stick around. I mean, there's like even in Predator, there's a lot of great lines. Let's not get to the chopper. It's a great line, but again, there's so many other lines in that movie alone that is better to me. Jeffrey Jones may be good as an actor, but he's very gross in person. I agree. He's a pedophile. That's why I call him Jeffrey the Pedophile Jones or the Pedo Jones. Yeah, stick around. Oh no, you're good. You're good, Jerry. I would also lock up Jennifer Lawrence up in a cave with the rabid foxes. Yeah, sure. Um, I know, but you're fine, man. I wasn't ranting or mad at you, but but even then, the 1995 movie is still the best Mortal Kombat movie, even after the animated movies and that underwhelming reboot. Yeah, I mean, the reboot to me was just boring. The acting is just terrible and paper thin. To me, I mean, probably it would be on my worst of last year, and that's not even much of a list because I only saw like a handful of movies, but I was just so bored by that movie. They're putting Robocop series on Blu-ray. Okay, I didn't know about that. Is the Mortal Kombat reboot worse than the Robocop remake? Hmm. Is it worse? I would say the Robocop remake's still worse because Joe Kinnaman and the cast involved, they were all just there for a check. I mean, the talent you have in that movie and Joe Kinnaman and the flack that I caught from that movie, because I remember when before Robocop remake came out, a lot of people were saying, just watch, this movie's going to, is going to raise the bar for reboots and remakes, and it's going to be like The Dark Knight. And how many people are talking about that now? Nobody. The Robocop remake, yeah, again, I agree with Gabo, is generic trash. To me, it's worse than Mortal Kombat 2021. Because it's Robocop, and again, at the time before the film came out, people trying to convince me that this is going to be a game changer, and it did nothing. Have the crabs pinch, leave in the Arctic to freeze to death, and have raccoons attack. Woody Allen, James Franco, Bill Cosby. And I'm not sick. It just got a little cough going. But I would have the crabs pinch, I guess, Bill Cosby, leave in the Arctic to freeze. Woody Allen, have raccoons attack Franco. I would like to see a different type of Terminator movie, at which a Terminator completes his mission halfway through and then goes on to do something different, but not like in The Dark Fate. Yeah, in The Dark Fate, where the Terminator is working in drapery and drinking Coronas in the backyard. That's how I wanted to see. Well, I didn't need to see a 72-year-old Terminator anyways, but you have the Terminator now. He has a family, he has a conscience, and he's in the backyard drinking Coronas and talking about drapery and curtains and drapery, and I'm like, Dark Fate sucks. Yeah, I agree. Joe Kinnaman is no Peter Weller. The Mortal Kombat reboot came out years too late. I agree. But my favorite kind of music, I would say, is like, classic rock or soundtracks. I was kind of interested in that canceled Robocop Returns with Peter Weller until they announced it. It would have made Robocop 2 not canon. Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know what happened with that. Why did that fell through? Actually, you know what? Screw the Mortal Kombat reboot. How about a remake of Annihilation into a better movie? Yeah, there we go. Why not? Why not make Annihilation a better movie? Make it animated. Make it like an animated, reboot of Annihilation. But like I said before, to me, in Annihilation, I'd rather watch 1,000 times more than the reboot, because at least you have a decent soundtrack. The choreography is not bad, and Jax is one of the best parts of Annihilation, and that's more than anything, than the reboot. I work at Amazon. Even the action scenes in Dark Fate sucked. Yeah, I agree. The action sucks. The Terminator sucks. Linda Hamilton, she's trying, but the script doesn't do her any favors, and it's pretty much a remake of T2, but it takes place in Mexico. That's basically what it is. The actress that played Grace, like the concept of the character, I mean, I think it deserved a better movie. I'm not going to say that she was god awful, but I know she had that Justin Bieber haircut. Excuse me. But again, Terminator Dark Fate sucks. I mean, I don't know. Some days I wonder which is worse. Okay, for people in the chat here, which is worse, Terminator Genesis or Dark Fate? Let me know. Do I like John Cusack as an action star or romance drama actor more? Either way, I mean, damn, excuse me. I probably need some water here. John Cusack, I love him in Grosse Point Blank, but he's also great in 1408. So it depends on the movie. Better Off Dead's a great movie. Have the Rock'em Sock'em robots beat up. Have barracudas eat alive. Lock up in a cage with iguanas. Joe, can I get a what Kinnaman, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly? I would have the Rock'em Sock'em robots beat up Joe Kinnaman. Let the barracudas eat R. Kelly. And lock up in the cage with iguanas, Bill Cosby. Dark Fate, not even close. Genesis by far. The action scenes and Machete are masterpieces compared to Dark Fate. Yeah, true. Would you rather lift weights with Arnold or do boxing training with Stallone? I would lift weights with Arnold. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'll go boxing training with Stallone because I've lifted weights before, but I've never like sparred with anybody. So I would say that. So yeah, I'll train boxing with Stallone. Am I married? No. I don't live alone, and no, I don't have kids. Sorry, y'all, about the coughing. Yeah, I just probably could, I could drink some water probably. I think that's what it is. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yes, I have been tested. I tested back negative last week. It was just a sinus infection, and I'm over it now. But it's just a kind of little, it's that little bit of a cough that is left over, and I'm not drinking enough water to hydrate. Keep hydrated. So, in fact, let me go get a water right now, just so I'm not. But everything's good. Yep, everything is good. No, so none of that coronies. I don't have the coronies. Favorite missing in action movie? I would say the second one. That's my favorite. But yeah, I definitely should be drinking more water. Yeah, instead of soda. That just dries me out when I go for a while on these streams or what have you. Both Terminator Genesis is worse. Yeah, I would say like Dark Fate's pretty. I would say Dark Fate's worse. Okay, what's worse for you guys? The scene in Terminator Genesis where they killed the 1984 Terminator with one shot, or the Terminator in Dark Fate where now they've made the Terminator into you know, a drapery worker, talking about butterfly drapes and what have you. In my opinion, the concept of the Rev 9 and Dark Fate was great. A cyborg that can separate into two entities, but it wasn't utilized very well. Yeah. Yeah, Dark Fate. Still getting Dark Fate. Yeah, Dark Fate was worse in that regard. Yeah. But yeah, I'm okay. Again, it's just a little cough that's kind of left over from, having little sinus infection last week. Dark Fate is worse, yeah. What are my favorite foods? Anything with chicken. Love chicken. I like pizza and stuff, but you know, I'm more of a chicken man, I guess. How would they do an animated Poison Ivy Scooby Doo movie? I don't know, but I would watch it. I can relate because over the past weekend I had a fever and sore throat, which thankfully eased up now. Yeah, that's what I had last. Well, I didn't have a fever last week, but it was just a lot of sinus pressure and sinuses, just a lot of congestion. Had a little sore throat, but that got better. So again, like I said, I'm doing better. It's just kind of that kind of leftover cough a little bit. Remember, Dark Fate also killed off John Connor, made T1 and T2 pointless. Yeah, yeah. So you know what? Dark Fate's worse. All I can say about Terminator franchise is that it's been dead since T2. I agree. Well said. Chicken is amazing, though. Pizza's my favorite. Yeah, I love chicken though. You know what? The more I think about it, all this coughing I blame on Dark Fate because whenever I think about that movie, it gives me the coughs. Yeah, any kind, fried, grilled. I mean, any kind of chicken. Have a good day, Mass Singer. Thank you for dropping in. Have I ever been noticed in public? No. Have you seen my subscriber count? I only have like 355 subscribers. But I've never been noticed. Um, I've never been noticed in public. Terminator Salvation, I think is okay. At least that one didn't shit on the old films like Genesis and especially Dark Fate. I agree. Salvation I can watch. I'm not gonna say it's a great movie, but I can watch it as a decent time waster. And like you said, at least it didn't insult the first two movies, like Genesis and Dark Fate. I like Salvation, but the atmosphere is missing. Yeah, that's a good point. What other films would you say are time wasters? What other films that are time wasters? Ninja Turtles 3, I could say that's one, like, but I could say I could factor in nostalgia too as well. Like, it's not a good movie, but I would say for me, it's like kind of a time waster because that's one that I remember watching back in the day. Like now as an adult, I can watch the movie. It's not great. I can't even call it good, but that's kind of that. There still has a little bit of a charm enough where, and I can watch it. I can have it on in the background. I've seen it enough, but a good movie it is not. I mean, so maybe that's one example. It's one example. Maybe not the best example, but that's one example. Um, that it's a movie I can put on in the background, kind of watch, kind of I could be doing something else, and maybe a time waster. I mean, I don't know what other what other movies are time wasters? I have to really think about that one. I wish Salvation was rated R. Yeah, I live in North Carolina, North Kakalaki. And I'm trying to think about that question of time wasters. What are some other time wasters out there? I don't know. I have to really think about that one. I suppose Mortal Kombat Annihilation gets evaluated the time waster status after the reboot. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Again, it's just that little bit of cough left over. Yeah, I mean, after the reboot, I could say Annihilation could fall into that category because that's how much the 2021 movie sucks and how forgettable it is. That I could just that it bumps up Annihilation to time waster status. You know that I would never consider like I would never say that Annihilation is not a good movie. Let me say that again. Annihilation is not a good movie, but compared to the reboot, it could be bumped up to a time waster. Because again, at least the soundtrack is good. At least, the guy that played Jax is good and has personality. The choreography is not bad. But yeah. The Tourist is a time waster, Man on a Ledge. Yeah, I haven't seen those. Mortal Kombat Annihilation has good fight scenes, minus the CGI and good soundtrack. Yeah, the CGI is not great. Yeah, yeah, North Carolina. A lot of people say North Kakalaki, whatever that. I don't know who came up with that, but that's a lot of people say that too. I've never seen Zoolander. Steven Seagal's latest are also time wasters. I think they're, lately, Seagal. I mean, I wouldn't even call them time wasters. More like brain wasters because your brain cells are dwindling with every movie that comes out. The same thing with Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, I swear, is putting out a movie every week, straight to DVD, straight to Tubi. You know, Steven Seagal. I don't know where. I guess like lately, I haven't seen Steven Seagal put out anything direct to video. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen Seagal put out anything lately. But Bruce Willis, he's starting to take that mantle. That I saw this new trailer for this new Bruce Willis movie that has Devon Sawa and Luke Wilson in it. Like you have some good talent. I like Devon Sawa, Luke Wilson, and Bruce Willis. But it looks cheap. Yeah, the Mortal Kombat soundtracks are great. Yeah, you can't see the Aikido anymore. Terminator should have been deadlier in Salvation. They were not because the movie was rated PG-13. It needed to be rated R. Yeah, it was set during the war. Yeah, I agree. Is Spawn a time waster? Yeah, I would say that's a time waster. Michael John White's good. John Leguizamo as the clown. I don't like the CGI in that movie. But, going back to earlier, I guess when someone asked about reboots, that one definitely, which I know they've been talking about for a long time now. But, to me, that's like, I would love to see a reboot of Spawn, but I don't think what are they waiting on? I mean, what's the holdup? Have you seen any movies with Peter and David Paul, the Barbarian Brothers? No. Speed 2 Cruise Control is a time waster. I'm not a fan of that movie. You see, look, I talk about Speed 2 and I'm started coughing. Speed 2 Cruise Control is a bad sequel to me. Um, Sandra Bullock, I love Sandra Bullock, but she could not save that movie. And Jason Patrick, he has as much presence in that movie as a weak cracker. Yeah, the presence of I like Jason Patrick has done a couple of good movies, but he was not good in that movie. Willem Dafoe was over the top. Sadly, I'd rather watch Mortal Kombat Annihilation over Street Fighter because at least there's more fighting in it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would say that. Brain wasters. It's a lot better. You actually got me laughing, bro. Yeah. That's what happens when you watch a lot of Seagal's, the past 20 years of Seagal's direct to video stuff. It's not time wasters, it's brain wasters because your cells are dwindling, your cells are dying, your brain sweat. I said brain swelly. Yeah, brain swell. Yeah, you get a brain swelling, when you watch, Seagal's movies, because he puts out 85 a year. So you get it's a brain waster and it's a brain swelling. But, your brain swells, your brain cell. See, I can't even talk right. Seagal, you messing me up. Your brain cells die too. There you go. Yeah, Seagal, he's messing me up. The best summer for action movies? I don't know. Venom 2 is a time waster. Favorite Robert Patrick role? I got to go with T2. I mean, but he's good in other movies. Like, he did this one movie called Zero Tolerance back in the day, a small action movie, but he was actually the lead in that. A good lead. He played a good guy. Street Fighter is so bad it's good. That's still not good, but it's better than The Legend of Chun-Li. Yeah, I've heard about Chun-Li. Do I have cough drops? No, but I could probably use one. I might have to go get some later. Speed 2 ruined Jan de Bont's directing career. Jan de Bont made another terrible movie. He directed The Haunting in 1999. Yeah, Jan de Bont. I think he does. He did a great job with Speed and directing Twister, and it's sad because I wonder what else he could have directed. He could have directed many other movies. He could have worked with some of the action stars back in the day, like Sly and Arnold, and maybe Bruce Willis. But yeah, it's sad. Yeah, he was also good in the X-Files. Robert Patrick, I liked his character. The best Street Fighter movie is an animated film. I should take honey and lemon tea. I do have lemon tea, and I have honey, so I should probably do that. Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, it's not a sequel. They just named it after the video game. Robert Patrick was good and From Dusk Till Dawn too. Haven't seen that one. But yeah, I have, hot tea, so I should be drinking more of that. I know. Robert Patrick was also in The Unit. Notice the pattern with Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. Around the same time, we get poor live action movies. We get better animated movies. Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe that's a sign. Like, maybe they should just go more animated because it seems like they have a little bit more freedom, But that's just me. Do I think Robert Patrick looks like Ray Liotta? Now, I've never noticed that. I never noticed that they look alike, but they were both great in Copland. Opinion on all the Star Trek TV shows, um, Discovery and Picard. Well, I haven't seen them, but to be honest with you, I mean, I just have no interest in Star Trek Discovery or Picard. Even like the stuff I've heard about Picard. A lot of the fans are just you know displeased about it, and I love the Next Generation, but the stuff I've heard about Picard just kills any interest that I have. And I love Patrick Stewart, but again, everything about that Picard show, and I'm not watching the Star Trek Discovery, but that's just me. Have I seen the Many Saints of Newark? I haven't seen it yet. But I haven't seen The Sopranos. I have never seen, I've seen the pilot to The Sopranos, but I haven't seen any more after that. I know I should. Would you put the Super Mario Brothers movie in your top 5 video game movies? Yeah, I mean, and I know there's some people out there that don't like the movie, but I would throw it in there. To me, it's fun, it's entertaining. I like the cast. Yeah, like I said, they should do more animated movies, based off, video games. I still have to watch Scorpion's Revenge, and I have it over here. Yeah, there it is. Have I watched Narc? Haven't seen it, but I'm aware of the movie with Ray Liotta and Jason Patrick. Yeah, I've heard of the movie, but I haven't seen it. I think didn't Joe Carnahan direct that movie? I'm just trying to. I think he directed that one. But I probably will go on for a few more minutes here. But it's been fun. The news about the new Super Mario Brothers movie with Chris Pratt and Jack Black already makes 93 film better. Yeah. I mean, I'm curious as to what they're going to do with this new Mario movie. Like they're going to go in the animated direction, I'm sure, but a little curious. We'll see what happens. Double Dragon as an anime would be badass if done right. Yeah. How much longer am I going to go on? Probably for another, 5-10 minutes. I've ever played Crackdown for Xbox 360. No, never played it. The Mario movie from '93 is one I don't mind either. Yeah, it's a fun movie. I mean, God dang. Yeah, like I said, I think it's fun. I like the cast, even though I know they didn't have the best time working on it. But it's a fun movie. I can't help it. Kong Skull Island, yes, great movie. I have the Blu-ray. Um, I didn't see it when it came out, but I saw it when I picked it up on Blu-ray. It's a great movie. In fact, I like that more than the last two Godzilla movies, if I could be perfectly honest. Yeah, I would say it is underrated. The '93 Super Mario Brothers movie. Yeah, I would say it's underrated. I also like the Sonic movie. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Like I watched that for the first time not too long ago, and I thought that was really good. I mean, I thought it was a lot of fun, and it's one of the better video game films out there. I mean, I would definitely throw that possibly in my top five as well because I thought, you know, it was just fun, a good blend of the animation and live action is a good hybrid. Jim Carrey was fun as Robotnik, and I look forward to the sequel. Maybe you could write down the Many Saints of Newark on your list too. Yeah, I could. I mean, again, I haven't seen The Sopranos, so I don't know when I'm missing out. Like, there are certain aspects of the movie that I may not get references, but perhaps, like I said, I have to watch more Sopranos to kind of catch up with what's going on. Yeah, I can't think of other ones. I mean, Mortal Kombat's great. Sonic was fun. Mario's fun. But there's been I think Gabba. There's been a lot of way more awful video game movies out there, like Hitman. Don't even get me started on that. I can go into a whole 30-minute rant. I'm not going to do that here, but I'm such a big fan of the character, and I just can't stand that movie. Yeah, Cobra Kai. I'm caught up. I've seen all four seasons, and season three is coming on DVD soon. I think it's already on DVD. But I love Cobra Kai, and I can't wait for season five. Yeah, I look forward to Sonic 2. Should be fun. Yeah, Hitman, Double Dragon, Resident Evil, Max Payne, they all sucked. Yeah. I haven't seen Max Payne. Resident Evil, I've seen like a little bit of, but not all the way through. I haven't seen Double Dragon, but yeah. Yeah, Hitman was ruined by Skip. Yeah. That movie, you cast Timothy Oliphant in it, fucking. I don't mind Timothy Oliphant as an actor, but he was not right for that role. You basically made Hitman to a baby face. Literally, yes, a baby face. And bad direction, bad writing. The plot was straight out of a direct-to-video Steven Seagal movie where there's a lot of double crossing of the CIA and the KGB and the KFC and the ABCs. Just I'm just I hate that movie. Okay. Yeah, maybe one day I'll give it a watch. Steven Seagal double crossing the KFC for Bojangles. Yeah. Then from Bojangles he went to the BK. And that wasn't enough, so he went to from BK uh, to freaking Taco Bell. And to the Taco Bell, he went to Church's Chicken. And then from Church's Chicken, he wanted more chicken, so he went to Popeyes. And to the McD's. And that's where Seagal ate all the McChickens. My cat's name is Lucy. Death Sentence from 2007. Yeah, it's a great movie and definitely better than Hitman. And, well, Max Payne, even though I haven't seen it. But you know what? I'll go on for another 15 more minutes. So let's make it 15 more minutes here. That way I can. It'll be 10:30 on my end, and I'll stop at 10:30. Right now it's quarter after 10, so let's go on for another 15 minutes here. What color is your cat? She is white and orange and white. And I think she's right now. My brother gave me this cat, and I want to say she was probably born in August or September. I think September. So September, October, November. What? 4 months old? 5 months old? And the Mickey D's is how Seagal got all fat. Yeah. All them double cheeseburgers. Yeah, but I say she's like 4 or 5 months old. But now she's a cat. You know, she's gotten real big. I gotta take her out for some exercise. No, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, that's cool. Your girlfriend's name's Lucy. See what else is going on out there. Just looking at movie news real quick. Yeah, probably nothing worth mentioning, but Black Panther 2 filming reportedly delayed. Why do we need it? Another reason why Van Damme versus Seagal would never happen, Van Damme would just kick Seagal and he would explode into food. Yeah. I mean, exactly. He would just, Van Damme would just give Seagal one good kick and he would not bleed blood. He would bleed gravy. I mean, I know I'm picking on Seagal here, but Seagal, I mean, when you look back at the last 15, 20 years of all the direct to video garbage, I could pick on him a little bit. Your cat's name's Richie, like Richie Rich. That's cool. Do I own any steel books? I don't think I do. Maybe like maybe like one or two, but that's it. Yeah, but Seagal, he would just, like I said, he would bleed gravy. Or chocolate milk, whatever you choose. See what time is it? Yeah, we're going for 10 more minutes here. But I've had fun. aside from all the coughs and stuff. Yeah, I got it right here. Yeah, I wrote down a few. Damn, I wrote down a few movies here. You know, like The Peacemaker, The Ray Redemption, The Best of the Best, The Many Saints of Newark. So I've written down. You know, I've written down a few movies um, on a napkin, but you know, I've written them down. So you know, just to see, you know, check them out soon. Like I said, you know, right now I'm kind of, you know, reviewing random movies. Um, but open to, you know, ones that I've never seen before too. Big Lots currently has Zoolander Steelbook for $5. Am I trying to find it for that price? Okay. Both animated Mortal Kombat movies. Okay, all right. All right. Who the hell would want to work with Steven Seagal? He doesn't care about hurting stuntmen, and he had broken someone's wrist on the set. I think it was Fire Down Below. Oh, really? I think I've heard about that now that you mention it. But you know, just I think that I think with Seagal is that he's gotten lazy, and you know, case in point, the last 20 years, you know, putting out again 6 to 8 direct-to-video movies a year. You know, all the stories that you've heard about back in the day, he would try to make power plays on the set of his movies. You know, like Executive Decision and some others, and yeah, I mean, Seagal's a piece of work. Even though he did some great stuff back in the day, you know, like the golden era of Seagal, you know, like Above the Law, Hard to Kill, Marked for Death, Under Siege, great movies. The Glimmer Man's great. Even Fire Down Below, which I know you mentioned, you know, that's a fun movie. But after that, you know, when he started to make movies like The Patriot, which I haven't seen, but I've heard how awful it is. You know, Exit Wounds is decent, but then after that, forget about it. You know, the coolest thing that MacGyver has, the coolest thing on MacGyver you've seen. Well, I want one that I know would never work, but the in the first episode of season 5, which is a two-parter, in the beginning of that episode, he builds an airplane out of like bamboo and stuff, and again, I know that would never work. I think they even, you know, they did that on MythBusters back in the day, so I know it would never work. You know, talking real here. But I even like when I saw that for the first time. I mean, that's pretty cool. You know, that MacGyver built a little, you know, little airplane. Um, but again, I know realistically that can never happen. It would never work. Yeah, John Leguizamo and Seagal on the set of Executive Decision. Yeah, again, at least Van Damme, he's gotten better. He seems more humble, and he's willing to work with Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal can't say that about Van Damme. Seagal can't get past it. Van Damme's past it. Have you ever seen memes of the angry German kid? No, I haven't. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I like Exit Wounds. Have a good day, Jerry. Thank you for dropping in, man. But yeah, Exit Wounds is not bad. But I figure, you know, why not? I'll go ahead and throw this out there for those interested. If you would like to, support the channel or what have you, I do have Patreon and PayPal, so I'll throw that down below in the info box. A couple of links, but just wanted to throw that out there, mention that. So as far as like requesting content or what have you, but speaking of the 80s, the old Magnum PI is getting a Blu-ray. Okay. I do have Quantum Leap on Blu-ray, Miami Vice on Blu-ray, the whole sets. MacGyver is on Blu-ray, but I'm trying to wait a little bit for the price to go down. I will pick that up, but I definitely want to get that because the DVDs that I have, I've had them for a while. I've had them for years, so I want to upgrade to Blu-ray on that. But I'm trying to wait for the price to go down a little bit. But I do want to get that MacGyver Blu-ray. I wouldn't mind seeing Van Damme do more dramas like Inhale and JCVD. I mean, he could do that now. I mean, if he can't, I know he's getting up there in age. He can't, I understand that he may not be able to do the action as much anymore because of the wear and tear. Then maybe do, more dramatic stuff. Just do that. Van Damme, you can't act. You're a great actor. Do something like, JCVD again. Do something like that. Angry German Kid is about a kid named Leopold Slick. Okay, I don't know who that is. What time is it? Okay. So I go on for 2 more minutes here. But again, it's been fun, hanging out with you guys this morning. Again, aside from all the coughing, once in a while, but I've had fun. I think it's amazing how much influence Van Damme had on Mortal Kombat as well. Yeah. Can you imagine back in the day if Van Damme was Johnny Cage? That would have been badass. I just want to see that. Can we just have Van Damme like as Johnny Cage still? But you know what? I'll go ahead and wrap it up here for now. I think this is a good stopping point. But for everybody out there, again, thank you for dropping in, and it's been fun, talking about movies and stuff. And everybody out there, Gabbo and Jerry, Monster Movie Fan 97. Try to mention you guys. Total Meltdown 2 and DJ Donnelly, movie, TV show, and video game fan, The Masked Singer. The one, Amir, everybody out there, thank you for dropping in. It was fun. So we'll definitely do this again. I haven't seen Passenger 50. Well, yeah, I take that back. I have seen Passenger 57. Yeah, always bet on black. But yeah, again, thank you guys for dropping in, and we will see you later.